What it is, YouTube? Is your boy Nitty coming back with another bullseye of a tutorial here today on the channel. So I wanted to do a really dope vocal preset for none other than Westside Gunn. It's been a minute since I did like a vocal preset style like this, so I wanted to go over this today, how to get those really dope Griselda, Westside Gunn type of vocals here today. So if you guys do like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also down below, please drop more suggestions for artists. And if you do, or if you are interested in supporting the channel, check the links down below. So here we go. Let's get to it right now.
Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over. In 3-man cell, rocking 3-man. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit feel like Illmatic again. To a favorite. Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over. In 3-man cell, rocking 3-man. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit feel like Illmatic again. To a favorite fiend, went to rehab 2 weeks.
All right, really dope rapper. I like a lot. Westside Gunn. So let's show you what it sounds like with and without the preset.
Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over. In 3-man cell, rocking 3-man. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit feel like Illmatic again. 2 favorite fiend.
So this is like a really dope vocal preset specifically for like that analog, warm type of vocals, like very analog type of vocals. So I like a guy like Westside Gunn because he's a spitter, man. He's like a real rapper. You feel me? He's a spitter. So of course, there's a certain details that I want to bring out inside of the vocal, but at the same time, I want it to have a somewhat of a round, warming, approachable, and attractive characteristic. So with somebody like Westside Gunn, the first plugin that I use is actually the Kramer tape. So cause his voice is kind of like actually naturally skimpy, it's naturally skinny. It kind of reminds me of a toothpick for some weird reason. Like his vocal's skinny but hard, like a toothpick. Even though it's skinny, if I take a toothpick and I poke you hard with it, it's gonna hurt you. You feel me? So that's why I use something like a Kramer tape. And I don't know, maybe because I'm thinking about the color of a toothpick, that's why I picked this plugin, because like the color is like a toothpick. I'm not necessarily sure, but yeah, this is this tape is also kind of helping us bring some low end into his vocals. So the first move I'm doing is kind of like an EQ move. I'm trying to boost some of that body into his vocal. I'm using the tape, right? I'm using a little bit of flux, which is like the tape distort, the compression and distortion, and I have it on like the 15 IPS, which is very neutral. So the tape is naturally going to give a mid-range bump.
Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over. In 3-man cell, rocking 3-man. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit.
I love using this preset as well, like 15 IPS de-esser as well, and I put my low pass all the way up. Yeah, so it has a way of just naturally deharshing the vocals. So I get the best of both worlds. I get a little bit more low end at the vocal. I get my vocals to be a little bit more smoother, and they come a little bit more forward too, because there's a mid-range push. So now I'm trying to rebalance that low mid, and you see I kind of got some activity kind of going on right here. I got like a little fork, kind of like nibbling into the plate of mid-range and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of getting that mid-range rearranged, and also boosting a little bit of that transient, boosting a little bit of that mid-range. That high mid is where the presence is at. So his vocal, that articulation is starting to come out a little bit more. I'm taking that flashlight and bing, I'm putting that flashlight specifically on that higher mid.
Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over. In 3-man cell, rocking 3-man. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit feel like Illmatic again. To a favorite fiend, went to rehab 2 weeks later, he was back at the same.
There's a certain texture that's associated with Westside Gunn's vocal. It feels a little bit like when you have like a letter, you feel me, and like a scroll or something like that back in the days, and them boys burn like the edges and the sides. Like when you have like an ancient type of like piece of paper and the sides and everything is kind of burnt. That's kind of like the feeling that I'm getting of his vocals. So that's why I also did the high shelf to create a little bit of that sandpaper type of texture. De-esser, we already know what that's doing. That's doing like maybe like 3-4 dB. After that, we have a Wave C4 vocal, and I adjusted the gain a little bit lesser on this, because I don't want all that low end on his vocal. You feel me? Because I got most of my low end through the saturator, which is the tape. And at that point too, the knee is soft, right? Because his flow is a little bit smooth, so I use a softer knee, give me a softer transition, and I change the range a little bit.
Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over. In 3-man cell, rocking 3-man. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit feel like Illmatic.
All right, most important thing I'm going for that with that multi-band compressors, I'm trying to create a little bit of elasticity, or how do they say elasticity inside of the vocal. You feel me? I want it to be like elastic. I want it to be like a rubber band. I want it to have some type of dynamic movement, some dynamic push and pull. So I'm specifically using the Wave C4 on purpose like that. So yeah, the softer in transition is a little bit better too for his vocal because like his vocal sounds like he's not pushing the whole way. Catch you in the channel with the 3-man. Like it sounds like he's yelling, but he's really not yelling. So that's why I use the softer knee, to get a little bit of smoother transitions. After that, we have a plugin that I love so much. I'm using this as a vocal brightener, and this is the Puig Child 670. So this has tubes and transformers in it. So those tubes and transformers are also giving a certain solidity in the lower end. It's filling out that a lot of that low end that I cut off. All this low end and this mid range that I cut off. I'm kind of gaining it back over here. And even on the C4 right here too. I'm kind of dipping into the mid range, so I'm boosting it all back with saturation. So mostly just trying to recreate. I'm cutting out what I don't like, and then I'm recreating it like with harmonic density. You feel me? Like I took the eggs out of the basket, now I'm replacing it with the brown eggs. You feel me? Type of situation. A different flavor that I like. So yeah, this is mostly bringing in vocal brightness, and you see we're not adding no volume.
Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over. In 3-man cell, rocking 3-man. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit feel like Illmatic again. 2 favorite.
So what I'm kind of looking at for this is kind of like when you take some water and you put it in like those little ice trays to create the cubes, and it's like you take water and you put it in the refrigerator because you want the water to be more solid to create ice cubes. So what I'm doing is I'm using this specifically, knowing they got transformers and tubes to create more solidity inside of the vocal. You feel me? I'm purposely putting it through a 670 because that 670 is not only brightening it up, but it's also creating a solidity inside of the mid range for Westside Gunn's vocals. So it just makes it very, 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 stable and everything like that. And then after that, we use the vintage EQ. So this is like a plug-in emulation of a Neve 1084. So yeah, first thing I did is I clicked the analog, and of course at the end I have my gates putting in a little bit of that work, but that noise too. It kind of like the fact that the sample has noise in it too, and I'm putting a little noise on the vocal. It kind of like glues it all together. You feel me? It's like when you on Photoshop. You feel me? You add a little bit of that graininess to like a new picture that you took when you're trying to Photoshop it over a throwback picture, and that grain, that texture kind of like blends everything together.
Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over. In 3-man cell, rocking 3-man. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit feel like Illmatic again. 2 favorite fiend went to rehab. 2 weeks later, he was back at the same. Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over. In 3-man cell, rocking 3-man. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit feel like Illmatic.
An all important, almighty airband, boom, on point one. Just lifting off the lid, opening up the top like a chef in the kitchen. Even when that pot is hot, boom, we lift it, boom. You feel me? It's getting us a little bit of that air, a little bit of that steam to the vocal. After that, we have an RVox, a level match. My RVox, I highlighted it, pulled it down. And yeah, I got my big level match, mostly using the gate for all the noise that we've been adding through the 670, Kramer tape, all those layers, just kind of shutting the door. You feel me, on all that noise, like taking that broom and we dusting out all the dust and we pushing it to the side. And yeah, low mid density, more weight is what the RVox is kind of giving.
Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over. In 3-man cell, rocking 3-man. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit feel like Illmatic again. 2 favorite.
Ooh, we killed that Westside Gunn impression. I ain't gonna lie. Then I used the fresh air point one for the presence. I'm not really going for brightness, just vocal bite. You feel me? A little bit of that vocal bite, that American bully vocal bite. You feel me? So I did point one on that fresh air.
Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over. In 3-man cell, rocking 3-man. Catch.
Yeah, only point one, just for like not the brightness, but just a little bit of presence. Then I finished it all off with a little bit of dessert, which is the the wave silk vocal, which I just love using this as like a vocal finisher, bruh. You feel me? Because I get a little bit, if I want to compress a little bit more, I could compress a little bit more, but it just kind of like if you moving out or you cleaning up your room, sometimes with your room, you just got to rearrange a couple things around to get it tidy. And that's kind of what the silk vocal is doing. It's doing like the small moves of putting things in the closet, putting things in the drawer to get the final vocal completely tidied up.
Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over, in 3-man cell rocking 3-man. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit feel like Illmatic. Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over, in 3-man cell rocking 3-man. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My
All right, really dope. So yeah, that's what the silk vocals bringing in. After that, I use the Kramer tape on a slap mode, and the slap is literally so low, but it just kind of gives it like more saturation, a little bit more distortion and texture. So yeah, that's what a slap delay. Then we have like a basic stock reverb, boom, just the default preset, just tweaked it a little bit. And for the most part, I kind of have like no pre-delay. I have like the reverb literally on top of it because it's mostly like mid-range focused, type of reverb.
Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over, in 3-man cell rocking 3-man. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit feel
And yeah, a lot of that high end is also shimmering too. I wanted the reverb to shimmer a little bit too, but it's at a decent level. So after that, we have a waves doubler. You feel me? Okay, we already know what a waves doubler does. It kind of just doubles the vocal.
Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk.
It just adds a little bit more dimension to the vocal dimension. You know what I mean? And like when you think about dimension, and you always think about a situation where it's like when you add dimension to something, it's still like the same thing. I don't know how to explain it. I think of like a cube, like a 3D cube, where it's like when you add dimensions to something, like it's still within the same space, but it's just a different variation of that space. Like if you come into like a house and you say, man, we need to like change the dimensions, you're still inside the house. You might just be changing the height of the ceiling and like how deep the floor is and how wide the walls is. So that's kind of how I see like a doubler. I don't really know how to explain it, but that's how I would put it, adding more dimension. All right. And then you have the SSL comp, hit the analog for that transformer, a little bit more thud in that mid range, helping it push a little bit further and just crushing the hell out of the vocal with that hard knee compression.
Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over, in 3-man cell rocking 3-man. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit feel.
Yeah, so we're just putting a little bit of pancake Waffle House right under the vocal. And then after that, we had the ad libs. So with the ad libs, we put it on 7.5 to degrade the whole ad libs to give them like a whole different, frequency response because the 7.5 just lo-fi's the ad libs. We had a VEQ, rolling off a good amount of bottom and top as well. You feel me? Pushing that a little bit of high mid transient to help those ad libs cut through a little bit. Silk vocal, RVox, and let's look at how it sounds.
Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over, in 3-man cell rocking 3-man. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit feel like Illmatic again. 2 favorite fiend went to rehab, 2 weeks later he was back at the same man. Hey yo, Gore, y'all messenger hanging off the shoulder, laying on the bunk screaming 3 vents over, in 3-man cell rocking 3-man. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit feel like Illmatic.
Yeah, so using the RVox too as well, just for the gate. I like how ad libs sound like when they sound like they're shooting through something. You feel me? I don't know how to really explain it. You feel me? Like the RVox, the gate is literally like a goddamn gate. You think about a fence at somebody's house. They literally got a gate. When you got a gate, what is that? You literally going through something, right? So it's different when you walk through a gate and you open up the gate. The fence might start making noise and shit like that. There's a certain swinging motion. There it is. It's a certain swinging motion when you walk through a gate. When you open up a gate, there's a swinging motion, right? That's why I like to put the gate on the ad libs because it just kind of for 3-man, it kind of just makes it like swing a little bit. The feeling of it's swinging, all right? So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video that we got here today. I just want to say thank you so much for being a great part of my YouTube family. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also down below, check the links to support the channel, suggest more artists, and I just want to say thank you very much, you guys, for supporting me. If you learn anything from this Westside Gun tutorial, let me know. Appreciate y'all now. Peace.